What up, everybody? Before I even get into the topic of today's video, let me start off by saying that I hope this doesn't happen. Tariq is one of my favorite characters in the Power universe, going all the way back to OG Power when he was hated by most people. All the way back from when Kane was trying to kill him, then it was Jukebox, Ray, Vincent. Tariq was always the wild card if you didn't know it's going to make it out or not. That, mixed with how he used to get slick out the mount with Ghost, made Tariq one of my favorite characters in the Power universe. But at the end of the day, I still have to give an objective view, looking at the clues, that Tariq might get killed at the end of the series, just like Power ended with the supposed death of Ghost. I say supposed because personally, I still hope that Ghost made it out of truth alive. Because I always want the gangster, the hustler, to win at the end. I don't ever want them to get killed or go to prison at the end of the show. So just know, as I talk about this theory, personally, I hope that Tariq St. Patrick's story continues in another spinoff. But if Tariq is killed at the end of book 2, I think it will come at the hands of Diana Tejada now that she is pregnant with his child. If you didn't know, there's an alternate ending to Power where Tasha kills Ghost. And right before she pulls the trigger, she says, quote, "I can't let you destroy my son." If Diana kills Tariq in the final episode of book 2, I can definitely hear her saying that right before she pulls the trigger. Diana's season 4 character description also says by the end of the season, Diana will morph into the woman she has fought so desperately not to become, her mother. And we know, love her or hate her, Monet is one of the shadiest characters in the Power universe. And what has Monet done in the last 2 seasons? She killed both of her baby daddies, Mecca and Lorenzo. She killed Lorenzo for killing Zeke. She kept Dante, aka Mecca, away from Zeke his whole life. And once he figured out Zeke was his son, she still tried keeping him away from him. Right or wrong, it was in the name of protecting her son and protecting her family. By Diana wanting Tariq to get out the game and get clean, he's going to be around his son. And if Tariq decides not to and continues to pursue his mission of getting to the top of the game, but demands that Diana lets him have a relationship with his son regardless, Diana might feel the only way to protect her son is by killing Tariq to keep him away from the game. But that won't be enough, because there's one more person who's going to demand to have a relationship with her grandchild that Diana hasn't even told that she wants everyone around him to be clean. And that is Monet. And just like Tariq most likely has no plan of getting out the game, Monet may laugh in Diana's face when she tells her that, and tell Diana something like, "This life is giving you everything. How else are we going to provide for this child?" Then they would force her hand, like Ghost forced Tariq's hand at the end of Power. Then Diana would decide to kill 2 birds with 1 stone by getting rid of both Tariq and Monet, by killing Tariq and framing Monet for his murder. The end of Season 3 might have even foreshadowed this, as Diana and Drew came up with a plan to take out both Monet and Tariq. And if something were to happen to Drew where he goes to prison or dies, this would give Diana all the more motive to do whatever it takes to keep her child safe. I can even see Drew's last conversation with Diana telling her to do whatever she has to do to make sure her baby doesn't end up growing up around the life like they had to. He might even tell her that from prison. There was also 2 hallucination scenes in part 1 of season 4 that might have foreshadowed Tariq and Monet's fate as well. The first was in episode 1 when Monet saw Lorenzo and Mecca and Zeke. Something that might have been overlooked in this scene because of the returning characters is that while she was looking at herself getting operated on, she was sitting in an interrogation room. This could have been foreshadowing Monet's fate with her going to prison. The next hallucination scene was the hallucination scene that we saw in episode 5, and also foreshadowing Tariq's calls to death. The scene starts out with him holding his child, something Diana might not even give him a chance to do. Then the next scene flashes to Tariq getting a bag and showing some guys a wall of bricks, like he finally made it to the top spot with all those bricks. Then it has Diana screaming in the background, "You lied. You promised me that you would get out." Diana then pulls the trigger and kills Tariq when he then appears in truth with the Big Rich Town theme song playing slow the same way it did when Ghost got shot. I think this could also be symbolic for the reason why Diana kills Tariq. Because just like Ghost was pursuing the top at all costs, Even with his son possibly going to jail and his daughter dead as collateral damage, Tariq pursuing the top could also be the death of him, similar to Ghost. And either though Tariq's death wouldn't be at the hands of his son like Ghost was, it will be because of Diana feeling like she has to do what's best to protect her son. When Drew caught his first body killing Lex to protect Monet, she taught him that that's the name of the game, life or death, and that he has to do whatever it takes to protect their family. As Diana morphs more into becoming like Monet, she will also take upon this same mindset. And just a couple episodes ago, both Monet and Tariq had guns pointed at Diana, giving Diana all the more reason not to trust them or want them around her child. Not even mentioning the fact that Tariq killed Salim then lied to her about it, either though she pretty much knows and is just waiting for it to be confirmed. This will give Diana even more reason not to trust Tariq or want him around her son. So because of that, Diana might feel like she has to go to desperate means to take out Tariq and Monet. The question is, will Diana be the one to pull the trigger herself? And like I said at the beginning of the video, I can see that happening and her saying, "I can't let you destroy my son," like Tasha said to Ghost in the alternate ending. But at the same time, I can see Diana getting Kane to pull the trigger on Tariq also, because the fact that the hallucination scene had Kane shooting Tariq before it had Diana shooting him. So this could also mean that Kane kills Tariq for Diana, kind of like Tasha and Tariq at the end of Power. Or something like how Monet set Lorenzo up to die at the hands of Gordo. Because a few days ago I saw an interesting tweet by Woody McClain, who plays Kane. He tweeted, "Oh, so y'all like the one who killed Ghost. Hashtag noted." This could definitely mean that Kane is who kills Tariq. Not including Tariq, out of all the other Power characters, in my comments people say they want to see a Kane spinoff the most. And now that Kane is starting to have issues with Monet himself, especially after he finds out about her robbing Noma's shipment, he might be willing to help Diana frame Monet also. They would frame Monet by using her registered gun to put the bullet in Tariq, and then by quickly planting the gun back in Monet's kitchen before she ever notices it's gone. Then after they find Tariq and run the test on the bullet, and the gun traces back to Monet and they find it at her house, she'll take the rap for Tariq's murder, whether it's Kane or Diana who pulls the trigger. In addition to using her gun and planting it at her house, the cops will also say that Monet had motive for killing Tariq because the fact they already told her Tariq is who shot her. And it's possible that Monet might even get taken out in prison like she tried to do to Effie. Diana having a part in Monet's demise might have also been foreshadowed in Ghost Season 1 when Diana was communicating with Lorenzo on her own burner. When Monet found out, she said something very similar to what Ghost once told Tariq. "Don't you ever think you're smarter than me." Then after it's all said and done, I think Diana will move to Atlanta with her aunt Janet and transfer to Spelman like she talked about in Season 3. And there you have it. Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.